Hello, whoever is in here. Hi guys. It's Duchess, and we've got our beautiful Call Me spell set right up. I will explain everything. Just waiting for some people to get in here. Hi, Yana. I put the tobacco on my front step. So Ochosi doesn't mess around. He should help you. Hello, Mariana. Is your mom watching? I thought about when you invited your mom. Hi. Hi, Lizzie. What's up, Kate? Hello again, Sam. Hello again, the humble abode with your silly name. Okay, so what we got here. Hello, Maria. Hi, Isabel. You are welcome. I hope you get everything back that was stolen from you. No, I wish she's in Colombia right now. Oh, dang! Maybe that's why I'm thinking about her, because she's living her best life in Colombia. Dang, maybe Colombia is calling me, my soul. I don't know. She fell asleep with your meditation, LOL. I do make people sleepy babies with my meditations. Why am I pushing this, hurting my neck over this? I need to just read it like a normal person. I'm like reading the fucking things. No. You do the best, boo. Abundance is in the air. Thanks. Heck yes, man. I all of a sudden I like found money. Like that good luck and money spell is definitely working, because I realized I had like over $100 just sitting in my Venmo, and I was like, what? I had no idea. I thought about you going to Colombia because I've always wanted to invest in land there. Oh, damn. Nature is so much more abundant. Yeah, I bet it is. That's wild. I don't know where, like, God knows where any of us are going to end up, because everything's crazy and there are no solid timelines right now. There's a great video, April Elizabeth's most recent video, it's called Shit is Going Down, and she was just explaining that, like, the reason everything feels wishy-washy and we're all, like, waiting for, like, shit to hit the fan, excuse me, is because there's such a vie for power since Queen Elizabeth died. Because basically she was like the leader of all the evil, right? Like we never truly left the monarch. As much as we love to act like we did, we never truly did. And so when her vessel died, the reptilian soul that was overlording it, in my belief, and reptilian is what Christians call demons. And like, think about it. What does a demon look like in the Bible? It looks like a nasty old creepy reptile gargoyle thing, right? And so it's like when people are like, lizard people rule the world, people have been saying that kind of shit forever. It's just like, you just have different language for it. And basically it's like, it's just opportunistic, parasitic, interdimensional creatures. So anything that lives outside of this dimension, so anything that doesn't have a human body, that doesn't live in the third dimension, is something I consider to be an interdimensional, aka an alien, a ghost, a demon. Different things have different names for it. Either way, it's just an interdimensional, opportunistic, parasitic, higher vibrational being that then possesses the lower vibrational being, the human, and then takes over the world essentially through the vessel. And so when people say lizard people rule the world, it's literally not what you think it is. Like, it's not like as crazy as it sounds. If you truly believe in other dimensions and the ability for entities outside of the human form to come in and possess the human form, you know? So there's this huge vie for power right now, because the vessel holding the head entity just died. So now the head entity was like swirling around a little bit and looking for another vessel, but it realized that it couldn't, it has a certain, because when you get possessed by things, you know, it eventually kills you, you know, like it either makes your teeth fall out, your hair fall out. When we think about, like, when we see people getting exorcisms or everything that we've seen in the movies, where it's like people's bodies start slowly decaying because they're literally like eating feces and like crazy shit like that, and then they make themselves sick, or they bend themselves in a pretzel and fucking break their bones. Like, eventually a higher dimensional parasitic entity. What do parasites do? They feed off of the source, and if they kill the source, then it's like they have to find another match. Now, with an entity like that has that much power and that much like evil within it, it needs to find a corresponding physical vessel that has the DNA that can hold it, because something that powerful and evil going into like any old Joe Schmo's DNA is going to immediately kill the vessel, and then it needs a new one, right? And so how can you acquire power if you don't have a vessel that corresponds with your energy, if you don't have a vessel that corresponds with the DNA that you need to like hold this negative entity, you know? So it was like searching for another vessel that had similar DNA that it could just hop into, but they would fortunately for us, unfortunately for it couldn't really find anything. It would have to be reborn into a specific DNA again. And also, you have other parasitic entities that think that low vibrationally, and they want power. So they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that that thing that's been ruling for years and years and years doesn't fall back into power. So we're seeing a major power play right now, right? Like we're seeing global currencies change. We're seeing all this fucked up shit. We're seeing war. We're seeing all these different fucked up timelines, right? And we're all just waiting for the shoe to drop. That's because there is no solid collective timeline anymore. Since that entity died and could not reincarnate or just possess something else, now it's like everything's up in the air. That's why everything feels like wishy-washy, and it's up to you to choose the timeline that you're gonna hop on. Like, you have to choose, like, what's my timeline? It doesn't matter if there's war, it doesn't matter if there's financial collapse. What's my timeline? Because they fucked up so greatly, and you can see it. I see them floundering. I saw an amazing clip of people calling out Nancy Pelosi and being like, I hope you burn in hell, like, for trying to constantly start war. Like, you have a war obsession. I saw somebody call her a pathetic old drunk, which she is. Honestly, that woman, you look at her, you wonder why she has no teeth, because she's fucking possessed too. You look at her, she don't look fucking human. She's like, that's my impression of Nancy Pelosi. That was probably so ugly. But that's my impression of Nancy Pelosi. That's not even a human anymore. That's what you call when a krill, like, same with Biden. That vessel's holding on for dear life. You cannot tell me it's not. That vessel has not been his for a long time, and it's slowly decaying. And same with her. That's why her damn teeth fall out all the time. That's one of the main symptoms of when krill possess you, which is like a reptilian or a demon or an parasitic interdimensional. One of the main symptoms is losing your teeth and your hair. And God knows what other drugs are the fuck she's doing that made her lose her teeth in the first place, or whatever. Like, her husband literally in the house with a guy with a hammer, like a naked guy with a hammer. How do you think that naked guy got in their house? Like, I could go on and on and on. He was probably trafficked there, or he was probably bought. Maybe he was a prostitute. I don't know. Like, God knows what the fuck. Maybe he hit her fucking damn teeth out with a hammer, for all the fuck we know. But all I know is they're floundering. They are floundering. The people are getting upset, and the people are getting restless. And as they get more restless, internally it's crumbling. Internally, it is crumbling. And so it's like it's crumbling on through the hierarchy of all the evil politicians, and then it's crumbling externally with the peasants and the slave race that is the human race waking up to this bullshit. By the way, while you were getting, like, not you, I'm not like saying like you, but like while all of us were getting distracted by Trump getting arrested, Biden was signing all these bills to make everything more expensive, to combat inflation by moving us to all like energy efficient shit, but in reality, the energy efficient solutions that they've created actually cause more damage to the planet and cost us more money. Like, the thing about these entities is they're like, if I can't have the planet, no one can. It's like the government. If I can't have this land, I'm gonna derail a train and spill chemicals everywhere because I've been trying to buy this land and you won't give me this land, so I'm gonna force you to give me this land. I'm gonna fucking take this land. Like, it's pathetic. It's like they've already lost. They're full of shit. They're like clawing their way out of and just trying to destroy as much as they can on their way out. And this Green Deal, it's a way they're trying to create. It's called Agenda 2030, and I've been talking about it for like 4 or 5 years now. And it's basically they want to put us in concentration camps. I'm sorry, this turned into a rant, a political rant. They want to put us in concentration camps that they call like 15-minute cities is what they're calling them now, but it's pretty, they want to act like it's like these energy efficient cities where there's all these citizens policing each other, and you do like citizens arrests for like if you don't recycle, and like they want to remove us all from the outsides of the country, and they want to shove us inland, and create these tiny little spaces where we self-police each other, and everything is more expensive because it's green, when in reality it's more harmful than what we're already doing with like the coal industries and everything and fossil fuels. Like this is sorry, it says no availability. Oh, probably because it's closed. I'm sorry, let me just finish this thought. So they want to push us into these cities so that we're living on top of each other, policing each other, spending more money just to destroy the planet even more. Like, it's just one big giant fucking con. It's always just one big con. And if they put you inland, then you can't escape. And if they have all of you policing it, we got a taste of that with COVID. I literally got threatened to get my ass beat at the grocery store multiple times for not wearing a mask for medical issues, medical reasons, why I couldn't wear a mask. I got threatened to get my ass beat all the time, more than once, by large obese people who were trying to blame their obesity on me. Like, it's a delusion and it's insane, and I don't want to live in that reality where people are policing each other like that. But that is their dream. That is like their wet dream, to have us all poor, shoved in concentration camps, policing each other, and destroying the earth even more than we already have under the guise of a new Green Deal. That's how I feel about that. So just ranting about the government because damn. So yeah, that's what was happening when they're arresting Trump. Look over here, look over here, look over here, while they sign all these bills to try and literally put us in concentration camps under the guise of we're helping you, right? That's what I just want you to remember that, guys. The lockdowns were to help us, right? What did they do? All it did was fucking run the entire globe into the ground. It ruined lives. Ruined lives. Never forget the way your life was ruined by the government during COVID-19. Please don't forget, because the next global scam is going to be the same thing. Do you know what else they were doing while they were arresting Trump and distracting you while arresting Trump? They were also signing bills. The FDA was finally admitting that 1 in 2 people have cancer, they say. That's the statistics they say, right? But they also did really botch the statistics with the deaths, didn't they? Didn't they always find a way to stretch the truth a little bit during the lockdown? So now, since nobody trusts Big Pharma, and nobody trusts the government, and nobody trusts V's, they have to find a new way to scare you, and a new way to get you obsessed with instant gratification medicalization of your body. And so they just signed a bunch of stuff admitting that pretty much everything gives you cancer. All the products that they have been regulating, saying, this is good for you, this is safe, this is blah, 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 blah. It was all a lie. So they just signed all this stuff to admit that everything has been poisoning you. Your air, your water, your food have all been giving you cancer. And mark my words, that's the next big push. The next big push is this fucking bullshit. I don't know. They're kind of they seem to be playing with the idea of aliens too, of trying to do like a fake alien invasion, or like get people scared of aliens, because you know we do have people like you and I have this positive connection with the interdimensionals, the benevolent interdimensionals, and we're wise to the negative interdimensionals. So they're trying to make you think all interdimensionals are negative, including the ones that are helping us. So they're playing with that a little bit, but I guarantee the whole like global warming and climate change thing, that's going to be a really big push. And the whole come get your cancer treatments, come get tested for cancer, 1 in 2 people have cancer, you probably have cancer, whatever they're offering you for free or whatever they're pushing on you, just like the V, if I were you, I'd use some critical thinking before I just take it, because look how it worked out with the V. So whatever they're going to push you next medically, I would question it if I were you. That's just my advice. Yeah, and also, by the way, they're converting, keep an eye out, they're converting all these coal mines, and the government is giving out grants with our taxpayer money. My tattoo artist made a good point today, too. He said, because a lot of diviners are predicting a major shift in July, and he was like, oh, so when they're done collecting all our taxes, they might lock us down again, so we're all poor from paying our taxes and then try to lock us down. So that's a thought I had. And well, that's a thought he had that I thought was a good thought. But, so the train derailment and everything like that, that was in a piece of land that Shell Petro Station has been trying to buy from the landowners for 10 years, and they've been rejecting them because they didn't want to sell their land. So basically, because Shell couldn't have the land, they destroyed it, made it inhabitable so they could take it and not even have to pay like jack shit for it. Not to mention that controlled weather hurricane that literally didn't match any normal weather patterns that was over Florida, and they admit that they can control weather. I hate when people act like it's so far-fetched that they control weather, because they literally admit it. Like, you can find scholarly documents talking about it, just like you could find scholarly documents talking about the nanobot technology in the V. Like, it's insane to me. But anyway, so like that, like I just went down to Florida, and there's literally still boats on people's lawn from the hurricane that happened in September. Like, it looks like shit. And now big corporations are coming in and buying everything. I met a man who lost 3 pieces of real estate, and his son-in-law and his daughter's house floated away with them in it with their dog. They were just floating away down the street in their house. Like, and now Margaritaville is coming in to buy everything. Like, that was a controlled weather hurricane. That was punishment. That was Ron DeSantis. You want it to be free there? You want it to actually be America in Florida? Sorry, we're going to really fuck you up. That's what that was. And then the whole train derailment, that was right down the street from like coal mines. And they're converting all coal mines into energy efficient factory things. So like, not only did they get the land that Shell Petro has been like trying to get for 10 years, they got the land by destroying it. They released the chemicals, by the way. The chemicals didn't spill. There was a car that had hazardous material but didn't open. It didn't spill. So it was their idea to split it open, spill it on the ground, and set it on fire instead of just picking it up and fucking moving it. They put it on the ground, set it on fire to destroy the land and the air and the water. So they got that. And guess what? Now the government's giving out grants to convert these coal mines. So now they can get a grant to convert the coal mine right next to the derailment. Like, when you really follow the dots, it's not very... They're like the worst supervillains in the world. Like, I imagine them as fucking like Lord Licorice on the fucking Candyland game, like twirling their evil mustache, like y'all are stupid, and they are stupid, and they think we're dumber than them, but we're just not. People are just asleep. They're in a collective slumber. So that's why I'm sitting here screaming about it to 40 people on a live, because now you know the truth. And you know what? Don't even take what the fuck I say at face value. Go do your own research and do it through DuckDuckGo, because you can't fucking find it on Google. I promise you that. You won't fucking find it on Google. I promise you that. So let me just get off my fucking soapbox and see what everyone's saying in here, and then we're gonna get into the call me spell. Ahoy! Hello, Lyrian Kitten. Nikki, do you have advice for what people can do to heal their bodies if they took the V? Pine needles, literally. You have to make sure it's the right kind. I believe it's like a five-pointed pine needle. I have them in my backyard. It's like, it has like 5 on the branch, but look it up, please. Don't take, like, look it up, because I am not a doctor and I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure when it has 5 needles on it, I literally go out in my backyard and I grab a handful of fresh pine needles and I clean them off, and then I just pour hot water over them and let them steep, and I put honey in there. It's like a shot of vitamin C. It helps detox the V. I also want to suggest spirulina. It removes the heavy metals and toxins from your body. Let me see if I can find my jar of it. I'm just so short. If I was taller, I'd be able to see my top of my refrigerator. Let me see if I can find it up there. Spirulina is an algae. It smells like shit. It smells terrible, and it will make your stool very hard, and it might give you a stomach ache when you take it, because what it's doing is the algae is sucking on to all the heavy metals that are in your body. So the reality of what makes people have a negative reaction to the V is that they are full of junk. They're full of like formaldehyde, heavy metals, all sorts of nasty stuff is in there, and that's what makes you sick. That's what gives people Bell's palsy. Literally formaldehyde shot straight into your veins because they're so cheap and they cut so many corners and they want us dead. It's population control, right? So it's usually when you have vaccine injuries because you have an uptick of heavy metals in your body. And I had to learn this the hard way from being vaccine injured. But this is what I use. It's spirulina. And what it does is it's algae, and it sucks onto the heavy metals in your body. And it makes your stool very hard, like I said, because you might get a little constipated, or it might be hard for you to use the bathroom because heavy metals are hard. So it sucks them up, and you will have rumbly stomach while it's sucking it all up. So what I do is I add this to a smoothie, because you can't even taste it in a smoothie, and then you just take the day to let your stomach do its thing. And you can do this like once a week. If you've been severely vaccine injured, I would say do it every couple days. But also, like I already said, I am not a doctor. Please, if you have stuff that, like, if you have sensitivities, just be really careful and do what's best for you. I only know what works for me and what's worked for other vaccine injured people that I've met. God, I shouldn't have said it. I said the word. Isn't it crazy? I feel like I'm living in a communist country because I can't even say a certain word. Makes me angry. But I don't want to be angry. Like if you enjoy the content. Yes, please like. 40 people in here, but only 16 likes. And they poison all the water so they can medicate us, literally. My husband was threatened with his job and had to take the V. That's what happened to my parents. My parents and my sister. My sister's arm went paralyzed. She literally cried herself to sleep thinking she gave herself Bell's palsy. My parents were the sickest I've ever seen them in my life after their second V. I was over there every day for a week doing Reiki on them, crying, praying, thinking both my parents were going to die at the same time. Do you know what kind of a feeling that is? I can't even describe to you that feeling that I felt. Especially knowing that I already have an allergy, so why wouldn't they? It's, this helps a lot. And even like my friend's son, who's like, he was also V injured, and like when he was a baby, and it was like this was something that she could use when he was like a young child, and it was like safe enough for him in his gut, you know? I quit my job. I am a nurse. I refuse to take it. Good for you. Also, like, I predict in July, I feel July or Libra season, I feel like we're going to see a start of it in July, and then I think we're going to see the hammer come down in Libra season. I think we're going to start finally seeing the lawsuits we deserve. like the lawsuits we deserve against the government for the V, for the way people were fired, for the way people were harassed and bullied and treated terrible. I think we're finally going to start to see some stuff. Me too, sister. I was a nurse too. Good for you guys. But you know what? There is no reason why you can't open your own practices and practice freedom and practice like and use your knowledge and combine it with your spirituality or other things. Like, we need more of that. We need less of this totalitarian agenda that big pharma is trying to push, and more of like creative solutions in the new earth that combined the old earth with the new earth, because we don't have to throw away all of it. Like, a lot, like fucking antibiotics, bomb. Thanks pharmaceutical industry for antibiotics. Insulin for diabetes, amazing, thanks. So my best friend would be dead without it. Like, these things that are necessary, but it can't be like the goal can't be to keep us a consumer. The goal needs to be to heal. The goal of big pharma is constantly to make more money and remain relevant. The goal has to be to heal people, and that's it, you know? Healing white light to all here and loved ones who were forced to take the V. Thank you. Yeah, I was recently just thinking about that. I was frozen from the trauma from getting fired. I didn't know I can be a self-employed nurse. Yeah, well, it makes sense. That's a very common trauma response. Fight, flight, freeze, or submit. I know they call it fawn now, but that's how I learned it. Good luck with your studying. Yes, my BFF's plumber and teacher lost their jobs over the V and started holistic wellness business. Amazing. See? That's amazing. Amazing. All right. I'm going to stop ranting because, you know, the whole charger situation, I couldn't help myself. I just had to fucking run my damn mouth about the evils. Let's see if this video stays up long. Fingers crossed. I won't monetize it and maybe it'll run under the radar. All right. Let's see. All right. So, oh, by the way, I got the best smelling new deodorant from Native. It's the orange one. Every time I turn, I like get a nice little smell of me. And I'm like, what is that good smell? But then it's me. Oh, you just sent the payment for the call me spell? Okay, then when we get off, I'll put your petition in here. Okay, so let me explain everything. So this is the cylinder of shame. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I wanted to give it a name like the orb of confusion in SpongeBob. No, this is just a water bottle, but it has crystals in it, and it has all my domination crystals in it. It has the sacred geometry on the front, and it also has carnation stems in there for domination. We have all of your petitions, which you can see in here, which have been anointed with various potions of mine. There is Call Me powder that I make specifically for the Call Me spell, and there is also Call Me bath in here. If you bought a Call Me bath from me and you're getting this spell, or you want to utilize the energy of this spell, I would highly suggest doing a spiritual bath with the Call Me salt that you bought from me under the full moon. And to amp up the spell. And then, so there's all the crystals in there, Call Me powder, Call Me bath, all your petitions, carnation stems, and my secret liquid recipe that spices everything up. And this is my domination seashell, and and then we got a yellow carnation for confidence and domination, as well as quick working energy. And then we got purple for confidence and domination, as well as more just domination energy. And then I have my red candle for quick energy, and these deer antlers as well, to just kind of work with bile. Thank you for saying it's beautiful. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to start with a prayer. We'll set our intentions, and then we're going to do a short little meditation where we connect with Lilith and we tell her what it is that we want to achieve. So if you want somebody to call you, or perhaps you like, I don't know, maybe you're just looking for more communication in your situation, more honest communication, whatever it is that you're looking for specifically from this working, when we go up to see Lilith, you're going to ask her for that. So kind of think about what it is that you want to ask her for, or if you have questions about her, or just anything you want to tell her, kind of think of that in the back of your head now. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Benevolent guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Yeshua, Baal, Ra, Yemaya, Ashira, and God Source. I humbly come to you today on behalf of myself and my clients, and first of all, just say thank you for everything that you bless us with and all the challenges and everything. We're just grateful for all aspects of life. So thank you very much. And I ask, please, that you move through me and make me a messenger for the divine, nothing more, nothing less. Please guide my words and my actions as I move through this energy and guide them through a meditation. Please, Spirit, bring my clients the closure or the conversations that they are seeking, or the understanding that they're seeking. If a physical conversation isn't possible right now, please bring them some sort of astral communication, dream communication, or intense synchronicity communication, so that they can get some understanding and closure for whatever it is that they're wanting to move through and understand. If they need more open, honest communication, please bring that to them as well. Please just open the lines, open the lines, open the lines, open the lines of communication. Amara. And I call upon Lilith, the queen demoness, but also the queen of the fallen angels, for she is still very much an angel. She is a bird woman. She is a siren. I call upon you, Lilith, now. I know you're no nonsense, and you do have a very strong dark goddess energy. And I call upon you because you offered to help us with this communication spell. You offered to help us with this call me spell. And so I call upon you now, and I just ask that you be here and guide me through the meditation so that we may achieve what it is my clients are trying to make happen. And please just make sure, Source, that all of this runs through Source and Christ consciousness, that it's only ever for the highest and greatest good of all those involved and the highest and greatest good of humanity in this universe. And I pray all of this with the purest of hearts and the best of intentions. Amara, Ashe Namaste, by the power of three, Mote it be, always works, always a blessing. Black and red to open the roads, black lighter, red candle, opening the roads, opening the way. And lighting this candle for the calls. All the clients that I hold in my hand, please get them the communication that they need in order to move forward for their highest and greatest good. That was fun. All right, everyone. I want you to go ahead and imagine a white light pooling in your center. And imagine that white light shooting down deep, 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 deep into the center of the earth. Connecting with Mother Gaia's core, with Earth's core. I usually see it as like a quartz crystal or a smoky quartz orb. So go ahead and connect your white light from your center down into the earth now. And get a good rooting into the center and core of the earth. I want you to then shoot the light up, back through your body, up, 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 through the sky, through the heavens, through the stars, through the ethers, all the way up to Source Consciousness. Source Consciousness as you perceive Source. So God as you perceive God. I see it as a big light that looks kind of like a vagina. So shoot that light all the way up. All the way up, and connect it into source, anchor into source, and let it shoot back down and flow back through you down into your body, shooting back down into the earth, and let it create a beautiful cycle, pooling energy from both the earth and the ether, from source, God. And once you've gotten a good anchoring in light energy, I want you to imagine yourself surrounded by white light and protection, as well as an invisibility cloaking. And I want you to imagine everything around you turning a beautiful black and red. Everything is slowly fading to a beautiful black and red. And as you look down at yourself and your body, you are floating in this black and red abyss-like energy that is beautiful, comforting, and feels very, very safe and warm. And I want you to look at your body and notice what you're wearing, because more than likely your physical vessel or your outfit has changed since shifting into this abyss-like energy. For me, I'm wearing like a beautiful tight black, like witchy outfit with like big billowing sleeves, and for some reason I got big giant boobies. Never had big boobs in my life, but for some reason right now I got them. Hey ho, woo! I actually don't want big boobs. I think they would drive me insane, and they're not really good for going upside down, which I do a lot of going upside down. But in this moment, I got big boobs. Woo! Okay. And I've got like dark hair, and I look very like vampire-like. So just take a look at yourself in this energy. And as you're taking in yourself, there is something like a beautiful burgundy portal that starts to open up. And as it gets bigger and bigger, you start to see Lilith coming through this portal. And as she steps through, she's absolutely breathtaking. And she can look however you want her to look, or however you perceive her. But she's much bigger than you. Much, much bigger than you. Because she is a sleeping giant. You are a sleeping giant as well, and your DNA is being activated, but she's in another dimension. So she's huge. And you just take in her beauty and her energy for a moment. And I want you to go ahead and give a little curtsy or a bow or a wave or something to just acknowledge her presence, so she knows that you can see her. And now if you'd like to remain talking to her large, you can allow her to stay large. And if you'd like to imagine her more at your size, that would be fine too. However, it will be easiest for you to have a conversation and retain the information. Now, more than likely, the conversation you have with her could be telepathic, or you might actually hear the words and everything coming out of her mouth. But a lot of times, conversations like these can be telepathic. So I want you to just go ahead and say hello and introduce yourself, first of all. If you don't already know her, maybe you already know Lilith or you've already worked with her. If so, just say whatever you'd like to say as your hellos. And I want you to go ahead and ask her whatever questions you have for her about herself or about yourself. Or if you don't have any questions, You can just allow her to heal you, or sing to you, or dance for you, or whatever she happens to do for you. That's fine too. She has a message for you, so let her place her finger on your third eye and telepathically put an image in your mind. And once you've gotten your message, I want you to go ahead and tell her what it is that you're looking for with the person that you're trying to communicate with through this call me spell. And just be humble and kind and articulate, because Lilith doesn't fuck around. So don't be a brat and be like, well, I want this, give me that. Be respectful. And now Lilith has one more gift that she'd like to give you. A telepathic image that she'd like to place in your mind. So allow her to place both hands on the third eye now and to fill you with an image. And now I want you to thank her and finish up with the message that you received and the images in your mind. And I want you to check your pocket. Even if you don't think you have one somewhere. And in that pocket is a gift for you to give Lilith as a thank you for everything that she's doing for us. I want you to say your goodbyes. She sprinkles you with some beautiful red and gold and black sparkly dust for magnetism and attraction, as well as healing and protection, as well as to activate the DNA. And then she slowly reemerges back through the portal through which she came. Take a deep breath. And now you're still in the red and black. And I want it to slowly come back to the space that you're in now. Slowly let your soul float back down, down, down into your body, grounding into your physical form, and moving forward with grace. Amora Ashe Namaste, by the power of three, so let it be. Always works, always a blessing. Hey, we did it, guys. That was fantastic. I gave her 100,000 roses. That's awesome. I gave her a really fucking big ruby. Like, really big. 5'5". 955 here. That's funny. 5 is the number of change. My nose is itching. Some of you, you're going to be getting a call even sooner than you think. So beautiful. That was beautiful. Yeah, I know. I loved that. I loved it too. Also, this is going to sit in here for 3 days. If you're wondering, the petitions are going to sit in here for 3 days. I think someone had said, thank you, Lizzie, for moderating. I think someone had said they sent me a payment, so I'll just go ahead and I'll get your petition in when we finish the spell. I'll check my emails and everything. Your petition will go in. Dancing and swimming and laughing by the ocean. Amazing. I wanted to talk to her herself, right? Same. Thanks, Dutch. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Gave her a big red heart candle. Love it. Thumbs up for Nikki. Thank you. Thanks, Lizzie. Whoa, I feel like high from that, kind of. I'm ready for bed. I'm a sleepy Dutch. By the way, I'm going to Maui in July. Amazing. Congratulations. That sounds fucking amazing. I'm going to have to talk to you about that because I'd love to go to Hawaii, but I don't really know how, like, where to go, where to stay. Like, I don't really know what to do. I gave her a garnet ring with blood. Snakes covered me. I was shown the devil card as it relates to Capricorn. Fascinating. I'm sure you're going to get a financial blessing with the Capricorn. I gave her a flower from one of my tattoos. That's awesome. So beautiful and relaxing. Gave her a giant double-pointed strawberry quartz. Whoa. I was wearing gold chains and black and red gems. Amazing. I want you to know, Sasha, I sleep with your dragon egg every night. It's under my pillow. The pink one. Shown a clock. Time is ticking. Wow. Make sure you go to Lavender Farm in Maui. That's cool. That's cool, guys. That's cool that you know the places. You know the spots. Alright, guys. We did a lot of work. So, yeah. I'm going to get going because I have those petitions to fill out. And, ooh, I just got covered in chills. I'll see you guys. If I don't see you sooner, I'll see you on Easter. She was so peaceful. Yeah, she was. She's peaceful and, like, very... When I see the daemons, like the benevolent daemons, they have this just, like, almost like... energy to them where it's, like, peaceful and it's, like, dark, but it's, like, neutral. Thank you. I will look it up. Good night. Good night, guys. All right. I love you guys. I gave her a beautiful red candle and some roses. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Thanks for doing this with me, you guys. That was really fun. I enjoyed it. And I look forward to hearing about when you guys get your calls or your dreams or your synchronicities or whatever it is that you guys get. Because it's usually pretty profound no matter what form it comes in. So looking forward to the testimonials. But I love you guys. And I'll see you soon. And, It really wanted to be with you. Thanks. Yeah, it's here. It's with me sleeping. But okay, I love you guys. Take care of yourself and be safe. And don't get too fucked up about all the shit I was just yelling about. I can yell about it all day, but there's nothing we can do about it. I just want people to know. You know, I just want people to know the truth so they can make the best decisions they can when it comes to their well-being. But Lizzie, if you wouldn't mind just putting the timestamp to when the spell starts, I'd really appreciate that, and then I'll pin it. I don't know where you get all these funny little emojis. I love him. He's just shapes. He's like 2 shapes, his mouth and his eyes. All right, I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.